channel and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. Today's video is going to be this super festive hair and makeup look. We're going to be getting into this big bouncy blow dry and we're also going to be going in depth on this festive makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, guys. While you're here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see how I got this festive makeup look, then just keep watching. I always like to start with my skincare, so I'm going to go in with the WISHLIST hyaluronic acid serum. This is one of my favourite hyaluronic acids and it's literally so affordable, and I just rub it into my skin. I always make sure that my hands are a little bit damp when I apply this. You should be washing your hands before you go in with your skincare anyways, so just leave your hands a little bit damp before you go in with the hyaluronic acid, and it's just going to add that extra little bit of moisture to your skin. I always just rub the excess on my hands because my hands get very dry in the winter, so I always just like to take my extra skincare on my little fingers. I was going to call them toes there, I don't know why. On my fingers. And then for my moisturiser, I always go in with my CeraVe moisturising lotion. This is such a good base for underneath makeup. It's one of the only moisturisers I find that really hydrates my skin and doesn't break me out. And I literally use a tiny bit. It sits really well under makeup. It doesn't make the makeup break up. It doesn't make it look flaky or dry or like cling to any like moisturised patches. It just goes on really evenly. And I just put this all over. I'll take it right underneath my eyes as well. I don't use a separate eye cream. I just take this moisturiser right underneath my eyes just to make sure everything is really hydrated and prepped. Again, just taking any extra on my hands because we don't want dry hands. The winter, honestly, it dries my skin out so much. That is literally all I'm going to do for the skin prep. I'm going to keep it super simple because I don't want my makeup to break up or look patchy or anything. I'm just going to focus on hydration, not adding any actives or serums or anything, just hyaluronic acid and moisturiser. Super affordable skin prep for underneath your makeup as well. So we're going to start with hair because that is the correct order, guys. It's hair, makeup, outfit. I won't hear any different. It's hair, makeup, outfit. I don't know who can do their makeup and then sit and curl their hair and just get all sweaty and hot and bothered, or who can put their clothes on and then do their makeup. Like, sorry. Are you okay? I could never put my full outfit on and then do my makeup. I would just have makeup everywhere. I've just got a plain black top on. It's hair, it's makeup, it's outfit. So we're going to start with the hair. So for the hair, I really want like big, bouncy, blow dry curls. So that's what we're going to try and go for. It is freshly washed. I washed it last night, so I might struggle to get the curl to hold, but we're going to try our best to kind of texturize it up and get it to hold as best that it can. Usually I would probably do this hairstyle on like 2-3 day old hair. That's when I find that my hair curls the best, when it's slightly dirty but not like grease bomb. But I did have to wash it last night, so it is very freshly washed. So I'm just gonna start sectioning the hair. I'm just gonna go just above the ears and go all the way around and just take this bottom section. I'm gonna take this top half and then just put it up in a clip and get it out of the way. Just gonna take my brush and just brush through all that section on the bottom. So to curl my hair, I'm going to go in with the Mark Hill Pick and Mix wand. This is the medium curl barrel that I've got on there. So I've just let that heat up for a couple of minutes. I have actually been using the Dyson Airwrap to curl my hair recently, but I know everyone doesn't have a Dyson and they are very expensive, so I thought we can still achieve the same look with a much more affordable curler. So I'm going to go in with this one. So I'm just going to take a section of hair, probably about that big. I'm going to take the wand and I'm going to take the wand behind my hair. And then, actually, I forgot to put heat protection on. Right, hang on. We need to heat protect. That was dangerous. Take this all back down. Right, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Dream Lens Heat Slayer Iron Spray. Just going to give that a shake and then I'm going to take that all over my hair. Literally spraying everywhere. This is super important. You should always put heat protection on your hair. Some people put it on section by section. I'm kind of too lazy to do that because you have to wait for it to dry a little bit. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it everywhere, especially through the ends. That was a close call. And then I'm just going to brush it through. Does kind of take a couple of minutes to dry down. You don't want to go straight in with your curler when the heat protection is still drying. So just give it a couple of minutes, let it dry down before you go in and curl the hair. Okay, where was I? So I'm going to take a section of hair, probably about this big. I am going to try and take different size sections. So some I'm going to take really small, some I'm going to take a little bit bigger, just to kind of really mix up the curls. I'm going to take my wand and put it behind the hair, and then just wrap the hair all the way around and roll it to the top of my head like that. I do leave a tiny little bit out at the end. I mean, nothing crazy. I really don't want like a huge straight bit at the end, but maybe just like a centimetre or two. And then I'm just going to catch the curl with my other hand. Then I do really want these curls to last, so I am going to pin curl them. I'm going to go in with these little pins. I just got these from Amazon. I got a big box of 50 of them. So I've got loads. I'm just going to take one of those. I'm going to roll the curl up. Roll it towards my head. Take the little clip and then just slide it against my head to pin it up like that. One done, about a million to go. So I'm just going to continue to repeat that exact same thing. So I'm going to take the next little section of hair, which is probably going to be, that's a bit small. Let me try and get a bigger one. Probably like a section that size. Again, take my curler, wrap it behind, wrap it all the way around, and then I'm probably holding the curl for about 10 to 15 seconds. Nothing crazy, because you're going to pin it. It's going to really take all the heat out of the curl. So pinning it is definitely going to help it stick a little bit more. After about 10 to 15 seconds, again, just catch the curl. Don't let it fall all the way down. Roll it towards the head. Take a pin. And then you just want to pin it to the head like that. I used to struggle with pin curls, and it's because I used to use really long crocodile clips, and I used to try and pin like 2 or 3 curls on the same clip. That's really hard to do. So if you're struggling with pin curls, honestly, get these. They change lives. They make it so easy. They're really nice and small. They're really nice and strong, and you can just get one curl on each of them, which just makes it honestly so much easier. When you get to the other side, you just want to curl the other way. So when I take this piece of hair, I want to take the curler still behind. So this time I'm going to be curling towards the face on this side, but the exact same thing. This is really hard to do and show on camera at the same time, but I'm trying my very best. Again, just holding for 10-15 seconds. Catch the curl. You can see how curly Sue that is. Roll it all the way to the top, roll it back to the head. You want the curls to be attached to the head, and then slide. Oh, that one didn't work. See, that one's fell out a little bit. So if it falls out, all you do is just take the clip out, and then you want to fold the curl up like that. So just catch it at the bottom, fold it all the way to the top, and then roll it back to the head again before pinning it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more because you don't want to sit here and watch me curl my hair for the next 10 years, and then I'll be back. The amount of hair I'm losing during this is wild. My hair is just falling out. Like, honestly, it's everywhere. I've tried everything. I'm currently using Nioxin shampoo and conditioner, and I feel like it's helped a little bit, but also kind of not really. I've started taking iron supplements. I've like tried to stop brushing my hair as much. I've tried to stop doing sleek updos. I've really tried a lot of different things, and I'm just not sure if it's working. I don't know if it's one of those things that I just have to let it run its course. Like I just have to let it fall out until it wants to stop falling out, or if it's just going to keep falling out forever. Like I don't know. Any tips or tricks for hair loss, very welcome. Please comment down below and let me know. I mean, luckily I don't feel like I have any like sparse areas or anything. Like it's kind of fallen out evenly is the only really good thing that I can say about it. It's fallen out, but at least it's fallen out evenly. Like I have no bald spots or anything like that, but it's not great. Okay, so I've done all of the bottom, I've kind of done all of the side, I've done all of the back, so I'm kind of left with this little section here. This is like what I used to wear my fringe like when I was in school. Like I don't know why, but I used to bring my fringe from like over there. Did anybody else used to do that? Like, in what world? But anyways, so when you're left with this little section at the front, which is basically like the top of the head, the main thing that you want to do is curl back over. So I used to curl it down to the left and down to the right, and it just used to end up looking really flat. So you want to take all this front section and just start at the back, take small sections, and then curl back over. So it's quite hard to show, but hopefully taking that section, putting the curler behind, and then wrapping back on the top of your head. That's going to give you the most volume when you let your hair down. It's just going to mean that it doesn't flop to either side, and it's just going to give you a lot of volume at the top. So once that is curled, again, just let go, hold it on the top. I'm trying to show you. And then you just want to pin it on the top of your head. So usually for this one, I go in with a clip either side. I go in with one at that side and one at that side, just to really keep it in place. And then I'm just going to take this last section. This is probably going to be all one. I'm going to take all of this at the front. So that's a little bit from the left and a little bit from the right, all at the front. And I'm going to take it again up and back like that. So you're going to have one big piece at the front like that. That's going to have sides from the left and sides from the right. So you're just going to combine it all at the front. That's what's going to give you that like really bouncy blow dry effect. So when you take that out, if you catch it, and then you want to pin it from both sides. So at the very front there, and then at the very front on that side as well. So that's how you want it to look, and then we're done. And then you're ready. You're ready to go. Touch this off, put it out the way so I don't burn myself. Get rid of all of the hair stuff, and we're going to just let that sit for a little while. So this is kind of how the hair should look. It should be curled and pinned all the way around, and then on the top all the way back as well. The main reason that you want to pin the curls is obviously because you want the curls to go cold in that position. So when your hair's hot, it's really moldable, it's really shapeable. That's why obviously the curlers get really hot. But as soon as your hair cools, whatever position it cools in is it kind of like locks it in. So if you let it drop and it drops all the way while it cools, whatever position it's in, when the hair goes cold, that's where it'll stay. So if your curl drops all the way out while your hair is cooling, then you're going to have really, really loose curls. So by pinning it up, you're just really, really letting the hair go completely cold in that curled, folded over position. So when you take them down, they're super, super bouncy and hopefully super, super set in place. If you wanted to, at this point, you could go in with a hairspray. This is my favourite hairspray. This is the Bedhead Masterpiece hairspray. I'm actually not going to, just because my hair is so freshly washed, I just don't want to dirty it. So I'm not going to go in with a hairspray, but if you wanted to, you could go in with just... Actually, shall we? Shall we? No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to. I want to keep my hair really soft and really bouncy, and I do hate the feeling of hairspray in my hair. But if your hair doesn't hold a curl, or you just really want to really lock it in place like it needs to last all day, this is one of my favourite hairsprays. Some hairsprays can kind of linger in your hair for quite a few days and just make your hair feel really crunchy and just dirty. This one doesn't. This one brushes out and it makes your curls last a really, really long time. So if you want to do hairspray, now would be the time to do it. I'm not going to, but you could. We're going to let the curls sit for basically as long as it takes us to do our makeup. So usually that would kind of be around an hour. It might take me a little bit longer since I'm filming this video, but you just want to let the curls sit in this position for as long as possible, basically. I'm going to have a quick little caffeine break because much needed. This is a very pale coffee, but this is how I like it. If this was to be any stronger, I'd be bouncing off the walls. I like it basically like vanilla milk with a dash of caffeine. That's perfect. We're going to start with the base. Sometimes I like to mix it up and do the eyes first, but I really feel like I used to do the eyes first like way back when. Like 2016, 17, 18 makeup, I'd always start with the eyes. And now I'm just like, you know what? I just like to do the face first. I like to get it out the way and just... I don't know. I don't do as much on the eyes these days, so maybe that's why I don't get a lot of fallout because I just don't do as much. But we're going to start with the base anyways. I'm going so grey. Can you see that grey hair? Let's get her. Let's get her. Come on. I shouldn't pluck them out. I know they shouldn't, but like, I really need to go and get them dyed, but that's obviously not happening. Right. I can't pluck her, so she's just getting blended in. Hopefully you can't see that. I can, but anyways. Right. So what we're going to start with, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Morphe Primer Oil. I don't actually often use this that often, But when I feel like my skin's a little bit dry or I just want an extra little layer of hydration, I do add it in, but I do only use a very, very small amount. It is very oily. You can see that already. Can you see that glisten? Just gives your skin a really, really nice glow. So if you are feeling a little bit dry or you're going to go in with a matte foundation, it just really helps to make everything look a little bit more hydrated and a little more bit more glowy. Again, under the eyes as well. I really can't tell if my skin is getting any better. If you've been here for a while, you know I am really, really struggling with my skin. I am on some cream for it at the minute, and it's been just over a month at this point, and I feel like it's not getting better. Like, I don't know. Some days I wake up and I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's getting there. Like, it's getting 1% better every day. And today I've woke up and thought it looks exactly the same as it looked a month ago. So I don't know. I mean, life is a roller coaster, baby. Just gotta ride it. I'm trying to just forget about it and not stress about it because there's nothing I can do. Like, literally nothing I can do. Can't change anything else. I'm already trying the cream. It's whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Usually it's fine once I've got makeup on, since it's not actual raised spots, it's just more like scars. Once I've got makeup on, it's actually okay, but it's just annoying, isn't it? Like, it's just annoying, but it's one of those things. One of those things. I don't know whether I should go in with a little bit of L'Oreal Glotion or not, or whether that's just going to make me look way too glowy. Should we do it? You know what? I'm going to go in with a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of the L'Oreal Glotion. This one's in the shade Medium Glow. In the summer, I really like to use this as a foundation. Like, I won't put anything else on. I'll just use this as a foundation when I've got really clear, tanned, glowy skin. At the minute, I have very pale, scarred, red skin. So I will most definitely not be using it as a foundation. But we are going to use it as like a base underneath our foundation. So I'm just going to blend that in. I've never actually mixed the primer oil and the glotion together. So I have no idea if they're going to agree with each other, if they're going to break each other up, or what's going to happen, but we're about to find out. So far, so good. It actually looks quite nice. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. It's just given me a little bit of colour, tiny little bit of coverage, and just evened out my skin tone a little bit. I'm going to take it on the eyes as well. I'm just going to take it everywhere. I am so pale at the minute. I really need to fake tan, but I hate fake tanning. Like, it's just not my thing. I hate it with all my passion. Like, I just hate it. It never smells nice. It never goes on evenly. It never really looks nice on me. But I do need to do it because we're different colours already, and all I did was went in with the glotion. So for some extra coverage, I'm going to go in with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is one of my favourite full coverage foundations. Like, if I want to go full glam, full beat, this is the foundation that I go for. And I kind of do one pump. Oh! Oh! I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about that. 2 pumps. 3 pumps. Right, I need to get changed. Like, right, great. I'm going to blend this in and then I'm going to have to get changed. That is a disaster. See, imagine if I'd put my outfit on already. Imagine if I'd put my outfit on already. I mean, I probably would have been a little bit more careful than that, but I'm just a clumsy girl. Like, I really, really am. I'm always falling over. I'm always spilling things, breaking things, like, just being a little bit of a Calamity Jane. So that is just so me coded. Like, okay, we're gonna have to get changed. And I don't know how on earth I'm gonna get this top over my head with all of these curls now. Ugh! Honestly. This is my favourite foundation brush, by the way. This is the Morphe M439. Mine is crusted and busted, so don't judge. But it is the best foundation brush ever. It just buffs everything in so evenly. It doesn't leave any brush marks. You can go right underneath the eye. You can like just get in every single little crevice. And it's just exactly what you need. Like, if you're on the hunt for a foundation brush, I can't recommend this one enough. Now, can you see the colour difference? Like, can you see what I'm working with? I'm just going to take any excess that's left on the brush and drag it down my neck. just to try and colour match as much as I can. I don't know if you can see that, but the skin just looks so glowy and just really nice and natural still at the same time. I think the Glotion really helps to make your skin look like still skin, like not just a flat layer of foundation. Right, I can't concentrate on anything other than this. I'm going to go and deal with it, and I'll be right back. I couldn't get another top over my head without ruining my hair, so I've just put my dressing gown on. So don't mind me, I've just put my filter dressing gown on. To be honest, this is what I always do my makeup and get ready in anyways, so it kind of is already covered in makeup and dirty, but it's the easiest thing because it's just a wrap over, it doesn't have to go over my head. So don't mind me. Quick, another little pit stop at the caffeine. Okay, so sticking with skin, I'm gonna conceal next. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Instant Anti-Eraser, Anti-Age, I don't know, whatever this is called, like the world's longest name. I know that this is such an old concealer, like everybody used to use this way back when, like when we were in school, but I just really like it. Like, I put it down probably a good few years ago, like this is expired, but it's okay. And I picked it up probably about a couple of months ago, and I thought, you know what, this is actually really good and it's super affordable and I really like it, so I'm going to use it. And I don't care if it's expired because truthfully I don't listen to the expiry dates on makeup. If you do, you've got more willpower than me maybe, but I'm like, girl, I ain't wasting money. If I ain't used it and it's not gonna explode, I'm using it. So I'm just going to hit those areas with concealer, just the standard, under the eye in that little triangle shape and down the centre of the face. My top tip for concealer is put it on and leave it. Don't blend that in straight away. Maybe wait like 5 minutes. So in that time, I'm going to cream bronze. I'm going to go in with the Refi Cream Bronzer. This one's in the shade Tan. Mine is all ruined because, I'll tell you why, because I use, where is it? Where is the damn thing? Where on earth are you? Hello? This is why mine's ruined, because I use this brush with it that's meant to go with it, this Refi brush. This ruins the powder. Like, the second that you just rub that in there, it just ruins it. It moves it all around and it just ruins it. So I do not use this anymore. I hate this brush, actually. This is the worst brush ever. And what I do use is this angled brush from BH Cosmetics. It's a lot more dense and it doesn't ruin the bronzer, and you can really get in there without it just like leaving all those stupid brush marks and just really ruining it. I mean, I know it doesn't really matter, but also it's designed to go with it, so I don't know why it does that. And then I'm just going to press this into the high points of my face, pressing up and back. You really want to push up with this, so you want to start around here, around halfway down your cheek, and press up and back, not bringing it any further than around halfway down the cheek. I kind of drag this up into the temple as well, just to really blend everything together. It looks a little bit crazy and a little bit intense right now, but it will all come together. And then I just pick up a tiny little bit more product, not loads, and then I take it on the outside of the forehead as well, and across the top. I really want this concealer and this bronzer to all like merge into one, so I don't mind if I tap over that concealer a little bit as well. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I feel like there's so many trends with concealers and blushes and eye makeup and eyebrows. Like, there's lots of different trends in makeup that come around, except for bronzer. Like, bronzer is one of those products that's just always the same. Like, you always bronze from the centre of your cheek up and back. You always take it on your temple. You always do a little bit on the jawline if you want to. Like, there's no real bronzer trends, unless I'm just missing them. But like, blush is always a huge trend, concealer placement, like faux freckles, all that kind of stuff is always new trends. But bronzer's just bronzer. I do always take a little bit of this just on my eyelids as well, just to kind of bring everything together and just make everything look really cohesive. And I'm going to do a tiny little bit of cream blush as well. Again, I'm going to go in with the Refi Cream Blush. This is in Malaya? Probably Malaya? I don't know. And again, I'm not using this, not for me, ever. Like, I hate it. I'm going to use this from MAC. This is a MAC. Oh God, that's rubbed off. 168 brush? a MAC angled brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of this. It's like a really nice muted pink, nothing crazy. I really used to love a really bluey pink. I mean, I still do. This is still my all-time favourite blush, this really blue pink from P. Louise, the cheek of it. This one's in the shade Melon Mood. I've spoke about this for years. The fact that P. Louise have not sponsored that yet is wild because I always talk about it, but for this look, I kind of want something a little bit more muted, just a little bit less like doll-like, and I just want something a little bit more mature. So I'm just going in with this really muted pink, and I've just blended that right into the bronzer just so that everything kind of meshes together. I don't want anything too crazy on the blush. I don't want anything too crazy, she says, as she packs on about 25 layers of blush. But you know what? It's not your business. So now that the concealer has had about 5 minutes while I've done my bronzer and my blush to really kind of sit and set in place, now I'm going to blend it in. And I'm going to go in with, I'm going to use this sponge. This is from, I don't know, but basically any damp sponge, and you want to just start pressing that in. Any damp sponge does the job, honestly. As long as it's damp and it's soft, you don't want anything that's dense. Anything dense is not going to blend the product and it's just going to sit on top of the skin. You really want it to blend into the skin. And you just want to press. No swiping motions, no kind of dragging, just pouncing that in. And the same underneath the eye as well, looking up to make sure that you get right up underneath the eye and get right in all of the crevices and get that really, really blended in. You can take a little bit of it on your eyelid as well if you want to, and then the same on the other eye as well. This tutorial feels so old school to me and I absolutely love it. Like sitting down and doing a full in-depth glam, like really long, in-depth, going through every single detail. I absolutely love watching these videos. I don't know why, I just find them therapeutic, especially if I'm sitting doing my makeup. I love just having someone else sitting doing their makeup with me, so I feel like we're getting ready together, just like best friend FaceTime vibes. So hopefully that's what this is for you. So you can see how that kind of all blends and merges together on the cheek. You've got the concealer, the blush and the bronzer, but it all kind of merges into one, which is what you want. And you can just take your sponge over the rest of your face if you feel like there's any bits that still look a little bit wet or a little bit sticky that just really need blending together. We want to look like we're wearing makeup, obviously. Like, obviously my face does not look like this, but also we want our skin to still look like skin, you know? So that's all of the cream products that I'm going to use. So now it's time to set everything in place. I don't know why that's happened. Like, what is that about? Anyways, this product, this is my favourite new setting powder. I never ever thought I'd see the day that I replaced the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Cake, because this is my absolute fave. However, this powder from Morphe, this is the Bake and Set in the brightening pink shade. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I always used to set my under eye with a powder puff. I used to go in with a little powder puff and set my under eye. However, this Bake and Set is made to be used with this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe V115. This is one of their vegan brushes. And these together, oh look at all that powder that fell off. These together are a match made in heaven. It works so well with the brush. So I'm going to go in with that and set the under eye. I'm just going to take the sponge one more time and just blend out any creases that I've got in the last minute or so. And I like to kind of take a little bit of powder, tap it off in there so I don't have too much, and then I literally pound out the creases. I don't know why I keep saying pound, it's very strange, but blend out the creases and then go straight in and set it, just so that there's no time for any more creases to form. And this just sets everything so well. And then the exact same on the other side, just take a little bit, I mean nothing crazy, blend out the creases and then straight in with the powder underneath the eye again. And I do like to kind of take this in a triangle as well, so down by the side of the nose and then back up toward the temple. And if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can just pick up a little bit more. And I do take it on the eyelids as well, just to set those in place, just whatever's left on the brush. Hair. There we go. This powder is so good, honestly. I do kind of just do this, I don't know why, but whatever's left on the brush I kind of just take everywhere, just because why not? Honestly, it's so good. If you haven't tried it and you love the Huda Beauty one, you will love it. I promise you, you will love it, and it is a lot more affordable. I've got the brightening pink, but I definitely do want to try some of the other shades because I bet some of the other ones are really good as well. So then to set the rest of the face, I am going to go in with my powder puff. I'm going to take this one from Revolution Beauty. This one is very, very soft. It's a lot softer than the Trigwell ones. Don't get me wrong, I do love me a Trigwell powder puff, but I've just been really enjoying the Revolution Beauty one at the minute. It's just so soft. And I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and this is in the shade 2. I'm almost out of this, but this is the one that I use. And then I'm just going to powder the rest of my face. So just putting that on the puff. I'm going to powder underneath the bronzer. I'm going to take it around the chin. And same on the other side as well. We do want to really powder everywhere because we want everything to be locked in place. And then we're going to go in with some setting spray at the end to make it all nice and dewy again. But the powder is really going to help with the longevity of the makeup. So I know you might not want to look super matte, but you need to do it for now, and then we can bring back the glow at the end. This is a step that I now never miss when I'm doing like a full beat festive, well, not always doing a festive, but whenever I'm doing like a full beat glam, this is a step that I now never miss. And this is because of Rachel Leary. I'm obsessed with that. I watch every single one of her makeup tutorials, and she always uses the MAC bronzy highlighters as bronzers. So the highlighters that are in like a really gold bronzy shade, she uses it as a bronzer. I tried it and I've never looked back. I have never looked back. So this one is from Milani. It's in the shade Bellissimo Bronze. But the ones that she uses that are very similar are MAC Global Glow and MAC Gold Deposit. She uses those and she uses it as a bronzer. And I never thought I'd see the day where I would do a shimmery bronzer. But there is that day, and today is that day. I love it. So I just go in with this on a powder brush and start to bronze up the face. Nothing crazy, you know, I don't want to be seen from space, but I do want to be bronzy and glowy. So just where I put the cream bronzer, on the temples, across the forehead, and then again on the cheeks as well. And you can take a little bit down the neck if you do need to colour match as well. Which I do because my body and my face are two different colours. My goodness. This girl needs to tan, and this girl also needs to wash her dressing gown. I will do both of those things straight after this video. For blush, I do want to use something a little bit less pink and a little bit more kind of mature, like I was saying. So I am going to use a MAC blush. This is like a free pan, whatever, I don't know, like a pan. It's not in a palette or anything. It's the MAC Raisin. So this is the colour. It is quite deep, so you do only need a tiny little bit. This looks gorgeous on darker and deeper skin tones, but if you do have a lighter skin tone and you want to use it, it still looks gorgeous, but you just need a very sparing amount. So I'm going to go in with this Kat Von D angled brush, and honestly I'm going to do, that's it. And then just blend it again up and back. I don't want to bring the blush right down here. I kind of really want to have it at the high points of my face as well, just to kind of sculpt the face. And then same on the other side. Literally that's all you need. It's so pigmented. Just find that colours like this look a little bit more wintry. In the summer I do love like a really pink, a really blue pink, really bright pink. But in the winter I kind of like something a little bit more muted, a little bit darker, a little bit deeper. And this is like a really nice berry kind of tone. So that is all I'm going to do with that. I didn't put any extra on the brush. I'm just really going in and blending it. If you do feel like you do a little bit too much or you bring it down a little bit too far, just go back in with your powder puff that just had your face powder on and just blend around the edges. That really helps to kind of soften it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and really quickly do my brows off camera. My brow routine has completely changed. I used to stick them up to the heavens with the Anastasia Brow Freeze. And then I used to do this really big laminated bushy effect. And I'm just a little bit over it. Don't get me wrong, I still love it, but I'm a little bit over it. So I haven't even been sticking my brows in place with anything. I've literally just been filling them in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow and then just brushing them up. I do have quite a full brow anyways, so I don't feel like I need anything crazy, but I don't know why, I'm just a little bit over the laminated look. I mean, I don't think I will be forever. I think it'll just be a phase, but for now, I'm quite liking a little bit more of a structured tame brow rather than a bit of a wild laminated brow. I mean, there definitely was a phase when I would go a little bit too heavy-handed with the lamination and I'd kind of look like a crazy wild feral animal. So I did tame that down, but I feel like even more of a tame brow these days is more my vibe. So just something really structured and just light and thin, really. So I'm just going to go ahead and really quickly do them because I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to use this and really fill them in and then brush them up ever so slightly, and I'll be back. Okay, that is the face done and the eyebrows done. So next, the eyes. This coffee is freezing now. I've been sat here way too long. Eyes, what do I want to do? I mean, I don't want to, again, do anything crazy. I'm kind of really out of my smoky eye era. Like, I feel like I've just grown out of a smoky eye. So I still do want to do a little bit of glitter, a little bit of glam, because it's Christmas after all, but nothing crazy. So I'm going to go in. This is my go-to palette. This is the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. I have a warm brown obsession with this. I use it all of the time. It's very well loved. She's a little bit dirty, but I'm going to go in with this shade at the bottom, just this really nice brown shade. You could honestly use any brown shade for this. MAC Soft Brown is a very, very similar colour to that. So if you have a MAC palette or you just have the MAC Soft Brown Single Shadow, it's basically exactly the same. And I'm just taking I'm just taking a really big fluffy brush and just kind of putting that all over the lid, really blown out and really smoked out. Should I zoom you in a little bit for this? Is that a little bit better? We're just going to really smoke that out. Just put it all over. Put it all over. Put it all over the lid. The more the merrier, because the more shadow that we have, the more we have to blend into. And then I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to go in with, what am I going to go in with next? I do not know. I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is just a slightly darker brown. This is MAC Brown Script. Who remembers these? Like, what a throwback. These little Z palettes. I made this little Z palette God knows how long ago. So I'm going to go in with Brown Script and then just use that to really darken up the outer corner. So you can see the difference in the shades. Again, nothing crazy, just slightly darker. And just use that in the outer corner to really deepen up that colour. Again, I want this really blown out. So I am taking it quite wide on the eye. Almost kind of to the end of the eyebrow. That's kind of where I want the eyeshadow to finish. And then I am just going to go back in with that first brush and a little bit more of that first shade and just blend out the edges of that. Just make it look really seamless and try just blend both of those colours together. Then I'm going to go in with one more brown, I think, just in the real outer V, just to make it even darker. So I'm going to go in on a smaller brush, if I can find it. There you are. This is a MAC, God knows, because the colour's rubbed off. And I'm going to go in with, what's this one called? I was going to call it MAC Embark. I was going to call it Cypress Umber, but that is an ABH shade, isn't it? So I'm going to go in with MAC Embark. And I'm just going to place that at the outer V. My camera's gonna die. You were fully charged. I've been sat here way too long. In the outer V like that. Just to really deepen it up. How on earth? You were fully charged when I sat down. How have I been sat here this bloody long? And I'm just going to keep going back in with the other brushes that had the other colours on just to really blend everything together, make it look really cohesive and make it not look like 3 separate eyeshadow colours. I really want everything to kind of look like one ombre situation. So just keep going in with all of the different colours, blending everything together until you're happy with it. And I'm gonna go charge my camera. I'll be right back. I don't know why I'm singing. Power banks are my saviour. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without a power bank. I'd have to unhook you, go and charge you, wait 30 minutes, come back, I would have moved. Power banks, honestly, saving grace. If you don't have one, then you need one, because unreal. Where was I? God knows. Right, I was doing this eye. Yes. Okay, and then for the lid shade, I'm gonna go in with, should we use a white? Is that crazy? Yes, it's crazy. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, just a really nice kind of shell neutral colour. And I'm going to take that on a flat shader brush. Where is my flat shader? Why do I keep singing? Like, what is going on? Why am I just singing everything in life? I'm just going to take that kind of creamy colour and just pack that all over the lid like that. Just to give us a really nice base, because I am going to add some glitter, I think. So just to give us a really nice base for the glitter to lay on top of, that's not like a veiny eye colour. Like, we want something that's really neutral and doesn't have purple and red veins poking through. That's kind of all I'm going to do with shadow for the eye. So it's quite simple, quite neutral, just kind of cream blending into light brown, a reddy brown, and then like more of a deep chocolatey brown on the outer V. What glitter should we do? So I've got 2 out. I've got MAC Reflex Gold, which is this really gorgeous white with like gold flecks going through it. And I've also got MAC Gold, which is like full on gold glitter, like hello. I can't decide which one to do. Should we do reflex, like a little bit more neutral, or should we just go for it? Like, if we're doing it, let's just do it. I can't decide. I think I'm going to do reflex gold. I think I'm going to keep it a little bit more neutral, and then if I feel like I want to add this afterwards, I can always add it on the top, but I don't want to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to go in with a really fluffy brush, and this is going to go everywhere. I already know it, but worth it. I'm just going to take a little bit and then tap it off in the lid. And then I'm just going to dust that over the front of the eye. Oh yeah. Okay, can you see that? Okay. Can you see that sparkle? Let me zoom you in a little bit more. No, not out, in. Can you see that? Can you see that shimmer? Okay, insane. Love that. I'm just going to dust away underneath like all of the mess. And that is the importance of powdering first, to make sure that the glitter does not stick to the makeup underneath. I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye, and I'll be back. Just thought I cannot deal with the pressure of doing a winged eyeliner with you all watching. So I did add a little wing while I was there, and I am going to go in and tightline now as well. I'm going to go in with the Diego Dalla Palma black eyeliner. So I'm going to tightline, and I might actually do my waterline as well. I have been really enjoying having black eyeliner in the waterline. I feel like it just gives me a little bit more of that cat eye look. Especially since I don't really like wearing false eyelashes. I feel like this really helps to make the eye a little bit darker without having the false eyelash. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but I can't close my eyes properly. Like, my eyes don't shut. Like, I bet now they're not closed all the way. I bet they're flickering. I really have a problem fully shutting my eyes, and I don't know why. It's really strange, but I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that. Like, I know that they're not shut right now, and I know it's probably terrifying, and I feel like I look like I'm dead, and it's kind of scary, but you know what? Everybody's got their own little quirks, and that's one of mine. Just tightlining all the way to the inner corner with this, and then I am going to do my waterline as well, I've decided. I'm going to just take my sponge and pull the eye down with the sponge, just so I don't get any finger marks on my face, and do the waterline again all the way to the inner corner, just to kind of marry it all together, because I really want that like dark cat eye effect without having to wear a falsie. I'm just not a falsie girl anymore. I used to be, and I just can't get away with it anymore. I just hate putting them on. I feel like they never stay on my eyes. They always kind of pop off within a couple of hours. They're always kind of hanging off on the inside or the outside. And I just think it's a better look to have no falsies and just have mascara than have a falsie half fallen off. Like, that's just not a good look for anybody. Mascara, this is my favourite mascara at the minute. This is the Maybelline Over the Top mascara. Again, it's all crusted and busted. I don't know why all of my makeup is so dirty, but it is. But this is my favourite mascara, and I'm just gonna lather this on, mainly focusing it in the outer corners as well, just again to give me more of that cat eye effect without having to do a falsie. But this mascara is so good. Like, this plus Revitalash makes me feel like I don't need a false lash. I'm just going to go in with a tiny little bit more of this MAC Reflex Gold, and I'm going to do an inner corner highlight. So I probably don't need too much more product. I'm probably just going to run my brush in the lid and just take it on the inner corner there, just to give me a little bit of an inner corner highlight, just to kind of bring everything together. I do feel like this Reflex Gold has kind of gone everywhere. It hasn't really stayed where I wanted it to stay, but it's okay, it's Christmas. A little bit of sparkle everywhere won't hurt. A little bit of sparkle, sparkle. I'm going to set everything in place with my favourite setting spray. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. It's my favourite. It's so good. It locks everything in place. It makes it last all day. And I love this spray. I love the fact that it's like a can. It just, I don't know. So I'm going to get that all locked in. It does make your face quite wet. It does smell very nice, but honestly, your makeup won't budge. Like, it will not move. I really want to do a red lip because I'm like, you know what, like, we've come this far, we've gone full out, we've gone full glam, like, let's just do the red lip. But I just don't want it to be like too much, you know, like, I don't want it to look like I've tried too hard. But then again, do I? Oh, I just don't know. Like, should we do a red lip or should we do a nude lip? I would probably prefer a nude lip. Like, I think a nude lip will look better. But it's a festive glam, so I almost feel like I have to do a red lip. Okay, we're doing a red lip, right. I'm going to go in with this. This is the MAC Red Lip Pencil. It's literally called Red. And I'm just going to line my lips. This is a really nice red shade because it's a really, really true red. So it's not orangey, it's not pinky, it's like a really, really true red. Right, I'm going to start talking. It's very hard to line your lips and talk at the same time. Virgin on Impossible. These are my favourite lip products ever. These are the Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks. I've got these in loads of different nude shades and I absolutely love them. I use them all of the time. And this red one, it's so, so, so good. So I'm going to go in with this for my red. Again, it's a really, really nice true red. Not pinky, not orangey. It is literally bright red. And these, look how red that is. These are so good because they dry down so matte. And they do not budge. Like, once it's on, this ain't going nowhere. Oh my god, I haven't wore a red lip in, honestly, years. I feel like sometimes it doesn't suit me because I've got really dark hair. I just feel like sometimes it looks a little bit too much. Once it's dried down, I am just going to go back in with the lip liner and just tidy it up just a little bit. Oh, see, I feel like the red looks crazy on me. I just don't know if it looks too much, you know? I do have quite a few spots at the minute as well, as you will have seen at the beginning. So I am going to go in with my eyeliner and just make a little beauty mark, just to cover up any kind of big spots. I've kind of just got one that I can see poking through here. So I'm just going to do one and then I might add another one down here, and to match up, we'll see how one looks. This is always so risky. I always get so scared, so I need to concentrate. The glam is glamming. Like, have you ever seen a more festive makeup look ever? I still don't really know if the red suits me, but we're going to roll with it for now. I'm going to take the hair down. It's been sitting up here for about an hour, probably a little bit longer. I've been filming this for, so it should have plenty of time to set. It feels completely cool. So we're going to say a prayer and take it down. So this is the super easy bit. You literally just want to grab the clips and start taking them out. Like, just completely start unraveling the hair. Try not to pull too much, like sometimes they can get a little bit tangled. Try not to completely like pull on them if they are tangled, and try and unravel them gently so that you're not pulling at your hair and like pulling your hair out. I cannot afford to lose any more hair, so I am being very, very gentle. Oh, she says. Make sure you get them all. I have had an episode before where I've actually left the house with one pin curl clip still in my hair, and it was not a good look. Obviously I didn't realise, but sometimes they can kind of be hidden, especially at the back if you can't feel them. But look at that. We are gonna be curly. We're gonna be curly. See, there's one hiding in there. Let's get her. Woohoo! It looks good. Now, time for the moment of truth to take out these ones on the top. Let's see what we're working with. Very curly. There's 2 and there's 3. Okay, we are peekaboo. Very. Oh, wait, see, I missed one. Hello. Hello. There we go. Right, now look at this. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. So you just need to play around with it. You can't... Have I missed another one? No. You can brush it through. I sometimes will brush mine all the way through with a Tangle Teaser. But sometimes I find that my curl doesn't last that well if I do use a big thick brush like that. So quite often I will actually use a wide tooth comb, or I will just use my fingers to comb through the curl, sorry. I feel like sometimes you can brush it through, but sometimes if you brush it through, it kind of looks good for like an hour and then the curls just drop out really, really easily. So you just want to play around with it. You just want to zhuzh until you're happy. You could do a side part with a hair like this, and it just looks super curly and super bouncy. I'm probably going to put some oil in it as well. This is the L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil. This is just going to make it look super shiny and super bouncy, and yeah, this hair is going to last all day due to the fact that we pin curled it. I've just zhuzhed the hair a little bit, and this is kind of how I would probably wear it. I'd probably just wear it in a side part like this. I have to be honest, I'm not really sure if I love the lip. I'm not really sure if the red lip suits me. I mean, let me know, what do you think? If I was to wear this out, I would probably change the lip to a nude lip. I just think it would make the look a little bit less intense, and it would probably just suit me a little bit more with my really, really dark hair. But this is the finished look. I was going to go and put a little festive outfit on, but I'm going to be entirely honest and keep it real with you guys. I'm going absolutely nowhere. I have done this to go and sit on my sofa, so I'm not going to go and get changed. I'm going to just leave it as it is, and yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope this has given you some festive glam inspiration. I hope you love the look. Please let me know if you try any of these techniques or any of these products, or you try and pin curl your hair, or what you think of the red lip. Please comment down below and let me know. Okay, I had to change it to a nude lip. I changed it to a nude lip and I like this so much more. I think this looks honestly so much better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for Vlogmas. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye!